Welcome back to Captain of Industry. This is a super exciting episode because we just unlocked the rocket assembly launch. We're going to be able to build it. Because of that, this is not exactly the last episode, but definitely very close to it. To get there, we obviously had to do a couple of researches. In particular, assembly robotic 2 is required for it. We also did CO2 recycling. If you remember in the last episode, I said this was really the first one I wanted to do, and I'll show you what happened with that. And actually, I also did ship engine 3 and ship weapon 3. And with that, we upgraded a vessel, so we are able to fight a lot more pirates. Let's look into that. And here it is. As you can see, the map is completely cleared of pirates. We don't have any red anymore. Everything is blue or yellow, which means that we have discovered everything. We've also repaired pretty much everything. For example, here I also repaired this rock mine. It's important to realize this is actually an unlimited. This is not a limited one, so it's similar to your wood or to your water. We also repaired another quartz mine here at the top. Here another limestone, and there's also another uranium mine at the bottom here that I haven't repaired. Our ship now has a battle score of 900, but also very high hit points. So even if our weapons are not always as strong as the enemy, because we have so many hit points, we actually survive longer. So with that, indeed, we were able to really do all of the pirates. This is the biggest ship you can have, at least for now. The other big thing, as I said, is we've unlocked the CO2 recycling. We don't have to send the CO2 into the atmosphere or try to inject it into limestone, which honestly isn't that easy because you need 6 levels of limestone on top of it, then you need it flat, and you also need some seawater. This one is definitely a lot better because you take a lot of carbon dioxide, 72, and you create graphite. This way we don't have to use the coal and chlorine to make graphite. So all of my CO2 created over here by my oil production is now sent into those chemical plants level 2 to create graphite. It goes into the storage over here that is full, and then from this storage it goes into those 2 arc furnaces. I could put more, but for now I don't really need more, where we're taking this graphite, quartz and coal to make molten silicon. Molten silicon is going with some hydrogen into poly. And this is also why I wanted to put it here, because this hydrogen, remember, we're producing a lot of hydrogen over here. So this is also coming directly here. There's no truck involved. This is just sent directly. And then the silicon poly is going into that storage over here and then directly into the silicon crystaller to make more wafer. So with that, I was able to delete this whole production block that was over here. We still have a few silicon wafer over here, but as soon as they're empty, we can delete that one too. And these are basically the main thing that I've did. Otherwise, I had to wait quite a while. My whole city was running perfectly. I have good ratios everywhere, so I didn't have any warnings. Also because I'm recycling so much, I'm recycling 90% of what we build. So everything was going smoothly. I was just watching it, basically doing nothing. So I got a bit bored, and therefore I constructed a second research lab, because I was waiting for the research, in particular the rocket assembly, to be finished. This required, again, 12 teraflops, so I increased my teraflops capacity in the server. This also required even more lab equipment, so that's why you can see all of this is united to make it enough for those two. But now the rocket launch is there, and we have those 2 new buildings. We have first the rocket assembly depot. This is where we can create a testing rocket. I think what's really interesting here is it clearly shows that they're ready. There's the functionality to put different types of product later. And now we have this testing rocket, but maybe later we'll have different rockets, for example, to be able to create, I don't know, a station in space or whatever. But yeah, we can create it. This is steel, gold, and electronics level 3. We have enough of all of them, so we could. This is 24 teraflops though, so do make sure you have that ready. You may also just pause your labs when you want to do this, and 160 people, so quite a lot there. And then lastly, the rocket launch pad. When these rockets are created, they will go from here to there, and here you'll need fuel and water. You also do need quite a lot of construction parts here. This is 900 construction part level 4 and 120 vehicle parts level 2, and here more than 200 construction part level 4, a lot of concrete slab and steel. So make sure you have that ready, but we definitely have that. We could do it, but to make it an event, I am actually going to keep that for the next episode, where we're going to do that live. I'll do a live stream of the game where we can launch all together this rocket and we can also discuss, the game. I can answer your question, we can discuss next step, else can we do still on this map or on other maps. So I'd love for you to join. Don't hesitate to check on the channel if you can see the live stream. You can even put a reminder when it starts, and I hope to see you there.